Hey Simmers, welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hello, my name is Tovi, and we are back today, you guys, but with something just a little bit different. So I wanted to get a tutorial out for you all on how to install Gshade in your game, as well as how to put presets in that Gshade once it is installed. I also want to go over a couple settings that I personally have in my Gshade to help my Sims 4 gameplay run so much smoother. It does reduce the amount of lag that Gshade does have while it's running in the background. In this video, I'm also going to walk you through the process of how to install the Sunblind mod to your Sims. Now, if you haven't heard of this mod, it is a lighting overhaul mod by Softer Haze for the Sims 4, and it is so beautiful. Combined together with Gshade, it just makes magic, to be perfectly honest with you. It's absolutely stunning. Have no fear though, if your computer cannot handle Gshade and running the Sims and have mods and all of that, the Sunblind mod you can actually download separately. It's not part of Gshade at all. It will change the lighting effects in your game without having to have your presets and Gshade and all of that running in the background. So it does help a lot with how beautiful the lighting is in your game. And personally, I wasn't able to run Gshade for a long time because my computer just couldn't handle it. Super sad about it. But Sunblind saved my life. It actually made my game look like I had a preset on it. So definitely download that one. So first things first, let's go ahead and start out with Gshade. So now with the updates and stuff on the Sims, you have the option of doing DX11 or DX9, which is DirectX 11 or DirectX 9 versions of the game. So this is very important when you download Gshade, because if you download DX9 version and you're actually using DX11, then your Gshade's not going to show at all. I ran into that problem. I had to figure out and troubleshoot it. So this will save you a lot of headache with that. So I just open up my game. Now you can see at the bottom corner here which version you're using. Or if you want to find it a different way, you can click into settings, you can go to game options, you go to graphics, and then here you'll see a little checkbox. So if DX9 is checked, if this is checked off, that means that's the version that you're using. Now if it is unchecked like mine is right now, I'm using DX11. So then you're going to want to go ahead and exit your game. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and install actual Gshade, so the software. You're going to go and travel to the Gshade website, which I will have all of this linked below for you, so don't worry. You're going to go up to the top and you're going to click download. Now once you do, you're going to go ahead and click Windows Installer. I'm personally on Windows, so I'm going to go ahead and click that. Now you'll see it'll pop up here in your little download menu. So once it finishes downloading, what you're going to do is click on this folder right here, and it's going to say show in folder. So now that it showed in the folder, you're going to go ahead and click the installer. So a pop-up's going to pop up that says select language. I'm going to click English and I'm going to click OK. The next is the license agreement. I'm going to go ahead and click I agree. Now this menu right here is just trying to locate where your game is installed at. So you can click here and you can go all the way down to the Sims 4, the Sims 4 Steam, and sometimes it'll automatically find the file location for you. But I've also run into the issue where it didn't recognize it and it couldn't find it. So I wasn't able to do that and I had to search for it. So I'm going to show you both ways on how to find your location files. So you're going to go ahead and click your EA app open. You're going to click the Sims. You're going to go over here and click manage at the bottom and view properties. Now once you're in this screen, it says install location here, and you're going to go ahead and hit open folder. And once you do that, a folder is going to pop up. What you're going to do is scroll all the way down until you see your game folder. You double click that, you find the bin, double click bin. Now this is the path that you're going to want to copy and paste. So you're going to come up here to this little bar, you're going to right click and you're going to do copy address. I like to see mine. I click edit so I can view it, but I copy it anyways. So then you're going to go back to the Gshade app, and then you're going to come here to the bottom and you're going to click browse, and then you're going to come all the way up to the top bar here. You're going to left click that so you can edit it, right click, paste, and hit enter. Once you're here, you're going to go ahead and find your application. Now it's asking for an exe file. A lot of players have that at the end of this. I believe if you have like a legacy account or something like that, you will just see the x64. This works for me, so I click this and you just click open, and then there it is, and you'll see that is where your game has been installed. And then you will see it here and you're going to go ahead and click next. So now this will pop up and it's saying choose your Gshade settings and presets. So 64 should automatically be clicked. Now this is where we get into the DX9 or DX11. Now if you are running the DX11 and you click DX9, it's not going to show up in your game, and vice versa. So if you're running DX9 and you have this clicked, it's not going to show up in your game. I'm running the DX11 from the beginning of the video. That's what we were trying to figure out for this step right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and then you're going to come down here, click normal. That's fine. Optional. You can keep all these on or you cannot. I personally keep them on. Now these you don't really need because we're doing the Sims 4. So we're going to go ahead and click install. So now after the installation is complete, a pop-up is going to pop up. It's going to ask you where you want your screenshots to be saved at, if you want them saved in like pictures or something like that. I personally have my own folder for just strictly Sims screenshots. So if you have the same thing, you can go ahead and click browse. Once you click that, you can go ahead and click finish. And then a pop-up will pop up. The folder for your screenshots was successfully set. Perfect. Now Gshade is installed. So now you should see this on your desktop. It is the Gshade app. Now this will open up here. This is where you'll see all the updates and the version that you do currently have. Now, if you go ahead and click installs, this is going to be the folder that you're going to install all your presets in. So let's go ahead and head over and grab a preset so that I can show you how to install it. So personally, this is my top favorite. This is the Pearl preset. Now this creator has a ton of presets that are absolutely beautiful as well as builds, so definitely check this creator out. I will have this linked in the description below as well. So what you're going to do is go and you're going to go ahead and download this, and then it's going to pop up here. Now most of the time it does say unverified download is blocked. I've never run into any issues with this. So you go ahead and click it and you click download unverified file. I don't know if it has something to do with the format of it or any of that. I don't really know the technical issues, but it works and it's not harmful as far as I have figured out. Once you install it, you're going to go ahead and hit show in folder. Now, once you do that, we're going to minimize this and you're going to go back to your Gshade app. Now you're going to go ahead and click the install section of the Gshade. You're going to see file path. So what you're going to do is click this little folder right here and it's going to open up where Gshade is. Now, once you see this, you're going to go ahead and see Gshade add-ons, Gshade presets, all of this. All you're going to want to do is click the Gshade's preset and you're going to want to click custom. Now, once you do that, you can go ahead and drag the preset that you just downloaded and you can put it in this folder here, just like this. And now you should be all set when it comes to it being in your game. So let's go ahead and head over to some gameplay so you can see some of the settings that I use on Gshade. Now that we are in game, you're going to do shift backspace. Now you probably would have saw this pop up while it was loading up here at the very top, but definitely don't do it until you get into the main menu. It just helps a lot with the lag and letting everything load up. But press shift and backspace at the same time and this will pop up here. Now you can change the background colors if you wanted to. I don't really care, so I kept it the exact same. But if you go here and you click off, you're going to come to custom. Here is where you're going to see all of your Gshade presets that you have downloaded. We just downloaded Pearl, so I'm going to go ahead and click that, and then it's going to change everything to the Pearl. Now let's go ahead and get into some settings so that you guys can see what it is. Now this right here is all the shaders that you can actually go through and play with if you wanted to, and then down here is where all the shaders are. So you can move this back, you can move this forward, you can really just kind of play around with all the ones that you click. project and have some fun with it. It does get kind of complicated, but you can just have some fun and just play around and learn as you go. So if you come over here and you go to settings and you see here it says general. Now this right here is the overlay key. This is what triggers the Gshade to open up. I prefer it to be the shift plus backspace. That is more convenient for me. It's super easy to do, so I just left out the same. If you come here and you do shader toggle key, now this turns on Gshade and turns off the shaders whenever you hit the key. I don't use this, so it is still at default at shift plus F3. Some people like to turn it on and off a lot, so this is something that is definitely used, so you can change it to your preference. Now if you come down here to screenshots and you click it to open it up, you'll see the screenshot key. Now I have mine set to home key. What you're gonna do if you want to change any of these, you're just gonna click it and you're gonna click whatever key that you want it to change to. So whenever you press that key, it's going to take a screenshot. I prefer the home key because I don't ever use that key, so it's more convenient. I'm not accidentally taking a bunch of screenshots that I don't want. Now the screenshot path is going to be the path that we saved it to when we were downloading Gshade. Now if you come down here, you're gonna see these right here. Now show screenshot message. So the difference is if I click my screenshot, now you don't see a message up here that tells me that it successfully just took a screenshot. But if this little thing is checked, you click it, it'll pop up here and it says screenshot successfully saved to blah blah blah. So that is convenient if you want to see it. I prefer to hear it, so I have this checked here that says play screenshot audio notification. Now if this is off, then you're not going to hear the clicking, but I prefer it on personally. So after the screenshots, we're going to go to shaders and techniques. Now this is where it actually helps a lot of the lag. Now this right here is talking about, if you click home, all of these things right here. So these are all the shaders that will load up on startup. So that takes a lot of computer power to load up all of these shaders at one time. So what I prefer to do is do not load shaders up on startup. Do not load unused shaders. So say that I have this and there's a couple shaders here that I'm not using. I prefer to not even load them. So none of this shows up and it doesn't take up any computer power to load. It's just gonna load up the ones that I want, unless I click this right here, force load all shaders, and then they'll all pop up if I wanted to. But I prefer to just have it turned off completely and just turn it on whenever I need it. It helps with the startup and the load up of everything as well. So if you come down here, show force load all shaders, I like this on because sometimes I do want to turn on all my shaders. Disable shaders while window is inactive. So I leave this unchecked and then I click enable startup preset. So what I do is I turn this on here and I click off. So when my game loads up, it doesn't load up into the preset that I want, just because it lagged my computer out a little bit when I had all of this unchecked and I had the shaders and stuff loading up while the game was loading up. So I just have everything kind of turned off until I manually shift backspace and then click my shader. And that's pretty much it for that part of it. And then I'm going to come back over here and you see this at the very, very bottom. So if you're wanting to edit any of these shaders here, then you're going to want to have performance mode unchecked and you can edit all of them. But having this checked takes away all of this. It takes away all the shaders that's loading, everything. So this saves a lot of computer power on load up completely. So I usually spend time editing and doing things that I want to do, and then I just click this performance mode on and it shuts everything down, and all I have now is my Gshade and my preset, and then that's it. And it helps my game run a lot smoother. Other thing too, if you have MXAO or any of these right here, then you're gonna want to go into your game options. You're gonna want to go into graphics and you're gonna want to turn off edge smoothing entirely, because what that is, your game is actually doing double. So these shaders do the exact same thing as the edge smoothing does. So you're gonna want to make sure that you turn the edge smoothing off so that only one is working at a time, and that'll help with performance and everything like that. So that that is about it for Gshade when it comes to optimizing it better for gameplay and downloading it and getting your presets in there. Now your presets are going to be always in the custom folder at all times wherever you download, and you'll see them all lined up here and you can just click them. So last thing, if you want to go ahead and see the shaders again, you're going to click force load all shaders, and then you're actually able to do all of this. Now a shader that I like to toggle on and off from time to time is this one right here. Now what this does is it blurs out the backgrounds for screenshots and things like that, and here you can actually adjust it to however you want. And this is good for screenshots, this is good for little cutscenes and things like that when you just want to sim or certain things in focus. So this is the shader for that. So one thing that I do with this one is I right click it, and then you can actually click here and you can toggle any kind of shortcuts that you want, and it'll toggle this on and off at all times. So this is perfect for when you don't want it at all times, you don't want it blurred at all times, you just want it for cinematic purposes. It's perfect to put a shortcut for that, and you could do that for all of these. All you have to do is just right click it and then change it here. So say you want to put a shader that's, say we'll just do ambient light, so we'll click that, and then you're gonna want it up here with this, because if you're like me and that bugs you and you want it all together, you click active at top and it'll just put them all together at one time, and it'll just look a lot cleaner that way as well. But yeah, you guys, this is it for the Gshade tutorial. Now let's go ahead and hop into some Sunblind. All right, so you're going to want to go to the Sunblind link that is in the description below from Softer Haze, and you're going to go ahead and click download now. Once you download that, it should go to your downloads folder. You're going to right click that and you're going to click extract all. So you do need an extracting software to do this. Perfect. So now you're going to see the extracted file here, and it's going to be unzipped and it's going to say Sunblind. So we're going to go ahead and click that, and you're going to see Delta and data. So just like Gshade, we're going to open up the EA app because you need to find out where your Sims is installed at. So you're going to click view properties, manage view properties, and then over here, install location. We're going to open that folder. So now you have two folders open only. You have the Sims 4 folder, which we found through the EA app, and then you have the Softer Haze Sunblind folder. So we're going to start with the Sunblind. We're going to click it, and you're going to see Delta and data in this one. Now you're going to go over to the Sims folder, and you're going to find your data and Delta folders, which should be at the very top. I'm going to go ahead and click the Delta first on the Sims folder. We can go over to Sunblind, click Delta as well. Now you're going to see that both of these folders look exactly the same, and it's because what you're going to do is just copy everything from the Sunblind Delta folder over to this one as well. So you're going to go individually into each and every one of these things, and you're going to copy and paste. So we're on the Sunblind, we're going to click EP01, and it's going to have a worlds folder. Go back to the Sims folder, EP1, worlds folder, click. Now they both have areas folder, click and click. Now you will see that a lot of these are the same exact worlds. So what you're gonna do is go to the Sunblind, and you're going to click the first one. You're gonna hold shift down, and you're gonna go all the way to the bottom one, and you're gonna highlight all of these. And then you're gonna take it and you're going to drag it over into your Sims folder and click. It'll say the destination has 4 files with the same names, and you're gonna click replace the files in this destination. So now that one is done. So in the Sims folder, you backspace, 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 and now you go to EP02. Same with the Sunblind. Backspace, 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 EP02. So now we're on this one. I like to do it like this so I don't lose where I'm at, because I forget where I'm at in the middle of all of this. So now you see they look exactly the same again. You're gonna highlight the Sunblind ones, hold shift down, and then click the bottom one, and you're gonna drag it over and replace the files. And now you're going to backspace, 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 EP3. Highlight, bring it over, replace. Perfect. And you're gonna do the same with every single one of these that are in your folder as well. And you have to be careful because this says EP04 and then it goes to EP06. Mine has EP05. So you have to make sure you're not just going and going. You actually read which ones it is, because I've done that before. So we definitely don't want to do that. So we're on 7 now. We're going to click worlds, areas, and then they should be the same, and drag it over. And then we're going to repeat these steps with every single one of these. Perfect. So once we finish this one in Delta, we're going to go back and we're going to go to data, and the same with the Sims folder. So you're going to go back and you're going to go to the data folder now. So it looks just like this one. Click it, click data. It wants you to go to shared. So you're going to go down to shared, click shared on this one, and then they should both say worlds here. Click worlds, worlds on this one, areas on this one, and areas on this one. So then you're going to click the top and you're going to go all the way to the bottom, hold shift down, and then click the bottom. And you're going to drag all of these from Sunblind's folder into the areas folder in the Sims 4 folder. And then it's going to say replace the files in the destination. Click OK. So now all of that is complete. You're going to go back, make sure you got everything. There's only a Delta and a data folder. Perfect. Now you can go ahead and close both of these out, start up your game, and Sunblind will be successfully installed. And that's it. That's it for the Sunblind tutorial, you guys. Also, if that did not make any sense at all, on the Sunblind download page, you can scroll all the way down here. For info on how to install this lighting mod, check out the tutorial here. So you can go ahead and click it, and right here we'll kind of do step by step on how to do it. It'll tell you the data and the Delta. Data is where information from the base game is stored. So yeah, make sure that you go ahead and read through this as well before you try to do it. But I definitely wanted to show you a more hands-on version on how to put it in, because it is kind of scary with all of those folders and everything like that. I know when I first saw the Sunblind, I was like, how the heck do you install this in your game? All right, guys, so that is the end of this tutorial video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I helped somebody out. I hope that it made a little more sense to you, a little easier to navigate. I know when I first started out, Gshade was extremely scary to me, and Sunblind was amazing, but I was so confused on how to put it into my folders. So hopefully this saved you a bunch of steps of pulling your hair out like I did and it helped at least one of you. If you did have any questions with anything that I went over in this video, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I will be so happy to help any way that I can. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.